Guys, I will argue the shoulders are the only muscles when trained properly signals that you are a bodybuilder. If you have a tiny shoulder, nobody will ever believe that you have a great physique or you use the gym. If you have a heavy chest, people will think that you are overweight. If you have big arms, people might think that something is wrong with you. But if you have a V-taper look, a broader shoulder, everybody will just know that you use the gym. So it's very necessary you train your shoulders. And in this video, I'll be walking you through the exercises I use to grow out my shoulders. I use only 3 exercises. If you don't know, I've already said this countlessly that you don't need thousands and hundreds of exercises. Now let's get right to it. When I walk into my shoulder, the first exercise I do is the lateral raises. Whenever time you're training a muscle, identify the muscles you're training. Now in the shoulder, we have the front delt, we have the side delt, and we have the rear delt. And for you to make sure that you maximize your look and the development of your shoulders, you have to make sure that you train all 3 muscles. And I start with the lateral raises because it helps work on my side delt. The side delt to me is the most important muscle in the shoulder because with that muscle properly built, it gives you that V-taper look you're looking for. That V-taper look is a good combination of broad shoulder and lean waistline. So the side delt, you have to train it effectively, and I use the lateral raises. Now here's the catch. Most people do the lateral raises sitting down, but I do it standing. There is nothing super special about the position you decide to use to execute this exercise. The main thing you have to focus on is the movement, and the movement is simply moving with your elbows. Never move with your wrist. I see people doing lateral raises and they are moving with their wrist. Hell no, don't do that. You have to move with your elbows, and the right position is the elbow should be slightly above the wrist. The wrist and the elbow should not be at the same level. This will help destroy your side delt. And the next exercise I use is the shoulder press. Guys, I told you all, I'm always throwing in compound movement into my workout. Don't just do isolated movement all the time. Throw in some compound movement, though it works on the upper pec a little bit, but it's a good front delt exercise. And I use this exercise to explode my front delt. Now, the bench position is very important. You don't want to set the bench position where more of the exercise is going to your upper pecs. We're not working the upper chest. What we are working is the front delt. So you have to raise the bench well above 45 degrees because to train the upper pecs about 45 degrees bench level. Now raise it well above 45 degrees, and what people do is keep the bench super straight. I won't argue with that, but if you really want to feel your front delt properly, you have to make sure that the bench is slightly slanted. This will help you position well and push as much weight as you want. Now when you push, you go slowly down, you move up again. And all these exercises I do like 4 sets. I'm not doing below 4 sets. I can do like 5 sets. Usually for my warm-up set, 1 set warm-up. Don't always forget warm-up. Warm-ups are super good. Warm-ups help your muscle to get ready. So let's just say I do 5 sets. The first set, super lightweight, and you don't need to go to failure on the warm-up set. Now I have 4 walking sets. I overload my shoulder press and I'm moving heavy, and I do this with the dumbbells. You can still do the shoulder press with a barbell, but I like unilateral movements like dumbbells. This is a very solid exercise and I want my arm strength to be through the roof. And the last exercise I do for my shoulders is the reverse pectoral flies. These reverse pectoral flies catch my rear delt properly. Okay, the mistake most people do is they fly so much back to a point where it hits the traps so much and leaving out the rear delt. We are here to train the rear delt. So what you need to do is fly just within your body level. Then you return slowly. Make sure you stretch your arms out. Don't hook your arm back. You go again down to your body length. Don't go across your back. This is my top 3 shoulder exercises. Most people will say, why do I not do shrugs for the traps? Even if you have to do a trap exercise, just throw in like 2 or 3 sets. Okay, just have like 2 solid working sets, because when you're working on your shoulders, when you're working your back muscles, you're hitting your traps. Aside the shoulders, I do extra 2 exercises, and these exercises are for my forearms. On my normal arm day, I do the reverse barbell curls for my forearm, but that is not the only forearm exercise. But I don't really want to overload my arm day, and because I have only 3 exercises for my shoulder day, so I bring ahead 2 forearm exercises, and this help me grow a good arm. So the exercises I do is for the underhand and for the overhand. The first one is for the underhand. Nothing super crazy. I hold the dumbbells or the barbell. You can still do this with a dumbbell. I raise my fingers up and squeeze in, but make sure you don't fold your elbows. Keep your elbows straightened out. Then move your fingers up, squeeze, come down slowly. You squeeze again, and this works your underhand. Now if you want to work the overhand, what I do with the same barbell, but I hold it overhand grip. Then I move up, I squeeze, slowly I return. I go again, up, slowly I return. Don't you fold your elbows. Once you fold your elbows, it might go to the bicep. So keep your elbows straightened out while you coil up. Slowly you come down. So guys, this is it. These are the exercises I use to explode my shoulders, and you can try this out yourself. Let me know what you think about the exercise in the comment section. I usually tell people to do is, don't just do an exercise once and you come back and say it's not working. No, stick to an exercise for about 4 to 5 months. Grow on it, perfect on the forms. That's when you start seeing real growth. But don't just be lazy. You do an exercise once and you say it's not working. An exercise starts working for you when you are good with the form, and that will help you go up on the weight. And truly, the heavier the weight, the better the muscle. But you have to start with a proper form. Okay, so guys, try this out yourself. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do well to subscribe, like the video. I'll get back to you on the next one.